What's up, everybody? It's your boy Flash from ALWT Gaming. I am here with the one and only birthday boy, Bleeding Aces. How's it going, Bleeding?
I'm doing good. I got to be at home today. Didn't have to go to work, so that's positive there.
There you go. Turn down for what?
Corona party.
And you already know. Bottom right corner is Mildewy, the carrot, the farmer, the lumberjack, MildwyCarrot.
What's up, everyone?
And,
no birthday here.
Yeah, no birthday. Not right now. Not till January.
We're January.
There you go.
Beginning of the year. That's the best way to start a year.
Oh, yeah.
And for his first time ever, the mean, green, red hair machine, TBF Abyss, man. How's it going? It's been a while.
Doing all right. Work has kept me busy and away from the screens. Also, no green here.
Man.
No green here. Only red.
Yes.
Green's in there with Mildewy.
There you go. Green screen Mildewy. So, guys, we have a lot to talk about today. Okay, first and foremost, today is the day that we have been announcing our big news that's going to be happening. You guys are going to see that a little bit later on. We have a new logo. That we're going to show off to you guys. And we are very, very, very excited. It's been a while. This has been in the process for a little bit. Shout out to Mystic Rabbits for making it happen. And towards the end of the video, you guys are going to be able to see how that pans out and looks. Ooh, there's a gnat. There we go. So, and also, I want to give a shout out to all the people that had submitted in their music to be part of our intro video for At Least We Tried Gaming. We have selected a winner, and that is Nick Robeson. So congratulations to you, man. You guys are the intro music that you guys just heard that was coming on is an official beat by Nick Robeson. You guys can check out his information down below. And definitely give him a follow, definitely give him a like, all that good stuff. Hope you guys like the song. Hope you guys like the beat. But guys, we're here to talk about games. Okay? What are you guys excited for right now? What are the number one game for 2020 that you guys are excited for?
Ooh, mine from last episodes. Definitely waiting for Cyberpunk 2077, which they moved again to November.
Yep.
I don't get it. I'm still waiting.
The same for that one.
Still waiting.
Same way.
Checking out footage for it earlier.
Looks beautiful and everything, but we just gotta wait. They're just gonna keep.
It's that CD Projekt Red for you.
And we're definitely going to talk about a little bit more about that in detail. That's actually one of the topics that we're going to talk about later on today. But the first thing is up. We already gave the birthday shout out to the birthday boy. Whoop, whoop. And first thing, gaming news.
The COVID mail.
This is one of the top stories. This is actually broke a few days ago, but this is one of the top stories. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. There's what's it called? Their creative director, Ashraf Ismail, had stepped down from the project, and this is nothing really entirely new. We have people step down from projects all the time. However, he stepped down from a project for a little bit more personal reason. Mildewy, what do you think that personal reason is?
Well, pretty much from what I was reading online and all, it was saying because of an accused of misconduct through an extramarital affair. So, from what they're saying is that he pretty much was cheating on his partner, which I don't hear a lot of details or anything, which it wouldn't surprise me if they're trying to keep it on the low of what the actual details are. But I mean, they don't really come out with those. At least I don't feel they come out with those type of accusations lightly. They're coming out with it means that there's a lot of merit to it. So it really is kind of shocking to hear that, and especially right now, including the fact of the continuations. If you read some of the articles where they're saying there's a lot more accusations coming out of abuse and harassments through game industries, through from content creators, developers, game streamers, across the whole industry. There was a lot of the information where there was a wave of the hashtag #MeToo accusations. So I was definitely shocked to hear that from them. So but I understand, like, especially after everything came out, why he's definitely stepped down from there with all that going on. He's stepping away, saying, and I'm pretty sure there's probably a lot of internal pressure for him to step out too.
Right. And that's also nothing that it seems like a person of that caliber would want to step down from. This is Assassin's Creed that we're talking about. Let alone you're bringing in Vikings for the first time ever. So this is kind of a big deal for him to have to step down from this. I'm kind of curious of what that means for the project. Does that mean that the story's already been fully panned out and finished and complete? Does that mean any DLC content is going to change in the future? Does that mean that the battle simulations are going to switch up? I don't know. That's a very interesting point, but I just thought it was really, really unique that he had to step down from a situation that was as personal. Again, as everybody knows, when you're in fame or in the industry and are well known, a lot of your stuff is going to be looked at as a heck of a lot closer, and it just kind of sucks that it came out to light like this. But at the same time, you should have been faithful. So that's back on you. I mean,
yeah.
Actually, speaking of wives, my wife got me this shirt for Father's Day.
Yeah.
Yep. Daddy by day, gamer by night. All
it
day.
should said.
There you go, audience. There you go, audience. Daddy gamer already turning.
Yep. It should have said daddy by day, beginner gamer by night.
Oh, quiet you. I don't like.
Yeah,
I don't. I'm going to edit that out the video. I'm editing all that out the video. You jerk.
I always say it because I love you.
It sounds like you don't want the truth being out.
Okay, on to the next subject. So, guys, news: Call of Duty Warzone Season 4. Why are these gnats are killing me? Okay.
Man.
Call of Duty. It's getting warmer out. They're just trying to find their way out inside more hibernation or something. I don't know. But anyway.
Yeah, and you're wearing a sweater.
I'm fine. It's kind of cool in here. Call of Duty Warzone is now expanded for a limited time offer. They expanded their game modes, Warzone, until 200 players. 200 players. I don't know if that means that they're going to increase the amount of players that you can team up with, because right now we have a maximum of 4, which was an upgrade from 3. But I don't know if that means that they're going to do that temporarily or what. But from now until October 1st, you're able to partner up with 4 other people against 196 other players.
Honestly, I hope they do increase how many people you can team up with, because having 4 teams is going to take a long time to go through 200.
And plus, too, with the gulag matches as well.
Yeah. And depending on the rules and restrictions, if you can the buying back of teammates and everything, you might as well sit down for an hour for one game.
It might not be that long though. If you have 200 people on that map, that's going to be double, and so there's going to be more teams wiped out faster at the beginning because the crowded place is going to be twice as packed.
Yep.
True.
Yeah,
so you're going to have a maximum of. What's up, Abyss?
No, go ahead, Bodo. I interrupted you.
I would say it's like you've got. So if you increase the cap to 200, you've got a maximum of 4-player teams. So you've got about 50 teams. I'm already still looking at it as like, all right, that's an additional 100, pro players that can kick my ass on this, game that I'm just coming in to have some fun with. There's nothing like walking down the street, enjoying the scenery, and catching a sniper round to the skull because there's someone across the map going, "That's number 35. Let's go for 36." Like it's they're running legendary weapons. But yeah, we got additional 50 teams on the map. Like Asa said, it's definitely a better way to wipe us out. And to be honest, if they're smart, what they probably do is just open up 2 gulags. So you got, gulag A and gulag B, so you can easily filter all of them out faster and out faster. That way, once you get to that endpoint, then you can shut them all down and still have good control. Well, that's required extra thinking.
Well, that's the way gulag's set up anyways. It has multiple setups, because I've noticed that when you do die, and even if you are with your teammates, you don't always end up in the same prison area as them. So it seems like they have different servers for Gulag. The main thing I would say is the best thing to do with the 200 people is to have the storm decrease quicker. So have that circle shrink a lot quicker, because you can eliminate a lot more people that way.
Another thing that they can actually do too as well, which I've honestly mentioned this before. I'm not sure if it was on a ALWT Things Gaming episode or not, but I think that would be kind of cool and unique for a special event, especially since this is limited time anyway. I think it'd be kind of cool if you had Gulag of 2v2 versus 1v1. So just think that would be kind of something that they can actually consider too as well. I mean, that's kind of knocking out two birds with one stone. You don't have to have it to where if one person dies and one person lives, then that person that lives.
I actually believe it's going to be counterintuitive. I haven't did it yet because I didn't really play it for a little bit, but I actually believe you won't have to do the storms or anything fast. I believe it's actually going to go faster.
Yeah,
you have that many people crammed in spots like that. 10-1, you're gonna have people that are gonna wipe each other out. There's gonna be more occurrences of you running into another person, which makes it so. Let's say somebody wanders off from their team. They decide, like sometimes you do, Cameron, where we land over here, you go land way like 5 miles on the other side of the map.
More like
a bush.
More like 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's Malachi? Over there in a bush.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over here.
I'm being the scout.
Or the moment he forgets about a parachute.
That happened to all of us. I don't want to hear it. That happened to. You know what? Next subject.
I have not had that happen yet.
What is up with this episode? What is up with this episode right now?
You had Mildew and I on at the same time. There you go.
Yeah, that's a mistake. We're never scheduling that again.
Please, this is gonna be the best episode ever.
I know. Yours, time 1,000.
Real quick. So going into July. If you guys today's the 29th. So tomorrow is your guys' last day to be able to pick up the June PlayStation Plus games for free. Remember, they are, I believe one was Call of Duty and the other one is Star Wars Battlefront 2. Definitely make sure you guys are picking those up before Tuesday if you haven't done so by now, because the next one after Tuesday you can't get them anymore unless you're just going to end up buying it. Most of y'all have already had those games, both of them. But if you don't, this is a time to get it because it's free. All right. But July's lineup is NBA 2K20, which I'm actually pretty excited about, and Rise of Tomb Raider, which I'm very excited about. All right. But then there's also, it looks like there's going to be a bonus game called Erica. Mildew, I know you were going to do some research on that. Did you take a look at that game?
Erica. It's a horror game, if I believe right.
Is it?
Yeah.
So it's like a horror mystery game, but it seems what it is, it's a at least from what I looked at, it's either A, really good graphics, or B, what it is they filmed the game, and what it is, it's an interactive film in a way to where it's like kind of like, Until Dawn, or some of the other games where you have like choices that you do and it moves you through it, but it definitely's got more of the horror, thriller, mystery aspect to it. So I might pick it up and just put it in my library just so I have it. I'm not sure how much I'll play with it. It depends upon the whole gameplay option. I didn't watch too many trailers, but it just seems like it's standard. You're in a scene, you got 2 or 3 options depending upon what was done beforehand or not, or what evidence or things you found. So it just seems like one of those standard, narrative type games that you can go through that is, like Ace has said, like a kind of like a horror mystery thriller.
Kind of like, you ever heard of, Phantasmago? I can't remember the name of it.
No. Is it set up like Heavy Rain at all? Or Beyond Until Dawn?
It's sort of like looks like an interactive movie style. Like I said, like Phantasmagoria or one of those.
Yeah, it does. It actually looks like they kind of like filmed live people for the actual story. Like it's not like CGI or anything. I'm looking at a lot of the like screenshots and other information on it. It looks like it's real people. Like it's not an actual CGI.
So when you're playing the game, it's obviously CGI, gameplay, all that good stuff. But then when the cutscenes happens, it looks like they're actual actors. That's happening depending on what you just decided to choose.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like. Since the whole thing is like fully
the
filmed.
whole thing.
So
sort of looks kind of like maybe something that I see Netflix doing something similar with, like, what was it? Black Mirror Bandersnatch and I think Minecraft.
Oh yeah,
also,
there's
Carmen San Diego too.
Yeah,
That's
they
how
did
that
those.
came out.
Okay.
You have to do it on like a 3D interactive device or a device with 3D capabilities and interactive capabilities, so like a mobile phone or like if your computer's got the capability to it. Some programs just wouldn't allow it to, or some devices just wouldn't allow it to run. But yeah, they've been doing that more of a. Seems like they're going towards the interactive stories, kind of like you tell it yourself. Like if you choose option A, here's what you get versus option B. I've always been a big fan of them. So like I said, I'll definitely be looking forward to adding this to my library.
Interesting.
I'll let you deal with that, Mildewy, because I can't handle horror.
Hey, right there,
Which
Nuck
is
it.
weird because I can play
You-
Bloodborne, Dark
Yep.
Souls, and everything, and I'm fine. I see horror, I'm like, nope.
ABF Abyss,
Malachi
Nuck it.
I will
ABF
be on
Abyss,
it
Nuck
too,
that.
so don't
Yes.
feel bad.
Nugget.
Yes. I'm right there with you, man. I think we talked about that last week. I think we talked about
Yeah.
last episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to do a stream where we're playing like some sort of Silent Hill or something. Just randomly put it up on Malachi's TV with Abyss as well. That way, just randomly watching, Teletubbies. The next thing you know,
No. Just start streaming it live and say, hey, Malachi, check this out. Let him sit on the
I'm
link
gonna
while
do
we
that
get
to
started
you,
live.
I got Blair Witch I was playing through, so there we go.
do that with Abyss in the room. He's as soon as I start playing something like that, he gets up and walks away.
No, yeah, I can't handle it.
He
I have
comes
an
in,
overactive- I
mouth
have an
facing
overactive-
away.
Yeah, I have an overactive imagination, so it's like if I see that stuff and I play it, I'll literally be up all night. I won't be able to go to sleep. I'll just go into work next day, and everybody's like, "What's wrong with you?" Horror.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of big games expectations that's on the list right now. First is coming up 2 weeks away from now. Ghost of Tsushima. Guys, how excited are we for that?
I'm very interested in that. I wouldn't honestly would probably get that if I wasn't looking at about 4 to 5 other games right now.
Heard that. So
Steam taking all my money.
Yep. Steam summer sale. What's going on?
Yep.
Oh, heck yeah.
Steam sent me sales. I went, well, there goes my gaming money for PS4.
I'm pretty sure last week you had mentioned this before on ALWT Things Gaming. MildwyCarrot. But what are your thoughts about Ghost of Tsushima? What are your expectations?
To be honest, I mean, there's so many games coming out. It's one of the ones I've unfortunately kind of overlooked a bit. It kind of looks like it might feel kind of like For Honor-ish in a way, with a mixture of possibly Dark Souls, Bloodborne, some other fighter games, sword fighting games that are out there with definitely more of with, as it says, more to the aspect of the samurai and all. I haven't looked too much into it. I will honestly say that it's not one that I've like, I need to know everything about this. It's more just like, oh, cool. Now what's this over here?
Okay.
Aces. Not much else I can say.
Aces. What about you? What are your thoughts about Ghost of Tsushima?
Blew it off as a Souls type game. I was looking like, oh, okay, so they're overblowing the market with them. It has, like I said, it has kind of like that Bloodborne. It has the Souls. It has the Ghost of Tsushima look, and also kind of like that Noi look. How was it pronounced?
Neo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has kind of like that look to it to me. I would much rather see more gameplay of it, so I have to look more into it.
I actually would recommend them for you if you haven't checked it out already. A few streams ago, Ubisoft had actually, was it Ubisoft? Ubisoft had showed gameplay of it, and it was extensive. It was about 25 minutes long, very, very intensive and extensive, and it was a lot of gameplay with it. If any of you guys have ever played any of the Way of the Samurai series or Sekiro Die Twice, anything like that, it does seem a little Souls-ish to a point, but not really. It's almost like the PlayStation version of Tenchu that was on Xbox. So I'm excited for it. I'm very, very excited for it. I'm just kind of curious if it really is going to have that attribute of Way of the Samurai to where your decisions would actually dictate what's going to happen. Like if you decide to do this, would it have the Dragon Age effect, and then this would actually happen over here? Or if you do this, would this person live? If you do this, would this person die? Is there a good path? Is there a bad path? There's stuff like that. So I'm very, very excited for it.
So
Go ahead.
You're thinking it's going to be kind of like that, what was that, Until Dawn?
Sorta. I think it's going to have that element to where you can, whatever you decide, you can play how you want to play. Because again, a lot of people are thinking that you would be able to start off like if you chose the ghost, you would play as the ghost the whole time through, or if you started as samurai, you would play as the samurai the whole way through. Sounds like you can actually switch between the two and go through certain areas as the samurai or the ghost. So I'm not exactly sure how that's going to really work, or what effect that's going to have on player interaction with the AI. But either way, it has my interest for sure. It seems like a beautiful game, so definitely excited for that.
I'll have to check out more.
Yeah. I think I mean if you like Japanese culture, anything like that, by all means, it's definitely one to look up. And I know. As I said that, TBF Abyss just looked at me like, really, Japanese, really. Yeah,
really,
so,
you want to go
like,
there?
yeah.
You see the wall art in the background. I'm like, you guys, you can't make too much of it. The Slayers, oh my gosh, I'm like, come on.
And then
really?
Also in my room, I have like 6 different history books on Japanese history.
Yep.
Also like 3 different mythology books.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I raid his room for those.
Yeah.
Next up for the major game expectations for 2020 so far. Because again, remember, this is not all the games that are coming out for 2020. Some games have already came out. Final Fantasy VII, Animal Crossing somehow. There's a lot of different games.
Somehow.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But hey, it's big. It's big. Animal Crossing is big.
Oh, yeah.
So.
That is my childhood. I can't stress that enough.
But I'm just saying.
It was my childhood too, but it got to the point where I can't play it no more because I just lose my patience. I'll go for a certain time, and then just my patience goes away. I'm like, all right, I can't play this. It's too soft.
So
I need killing.
So this particular list that I have right now are not including those games that already came out and that have dropped. Because again, if that was the case, Last of Us Part 2 would be on there too as well, and it's not. We only have 3 games that's on the list. One was Ghost of Tsushima, which we just talked about. Other one is Cyberpunk 2077, which again we're going to go in a little bit more into detail about. So, Blessing
Off till the next episode.
Yeah. Blessing Adeoye Jr. Blessing Adeoye Jr. from Kinda Funny Games Daily had actually demoed this game earlier for 4 hours. And that entire 4 hours, he said it felt like it was just an interlude. So that's a lot of gameplay up front already. He said it was fantastic. But again,
okay, I was about to ask, is it good gameplay?
Yeah, he did like it.
Oh no, wow, walking simulator is fun.
But it sounds like this one is referencing back, and I know Aces, you can't really relate to this because you still haven't played Dragon Age the first one, but it's very similar to the Dragon Age the first one, to where you choose how you start. You can choose to be a CEO. You can choose to be.
I played the beginning.
Did you? All right, so there you go. There you go.
Real quick, you're talking about Dragon Age Origins?
Yeah, the very first one, Origins. Yes.
Origins? Okay.
Yes.
I thought you were talking about Inquisition. You could do the same thing in that one.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like,
Well, for Inquisition, for both Inquisition and for and this topic is not about the Dragon Age, but just to clarify, Inquisition and Dragon Age 2, you don't choose necessarily how you start. You always start with running from the Blight in Dragon Age 2, and Inquisition, you always start off as that Inquisitor, prisoner or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in the first Dragon Age, in the first Dragon Age, depending on what your race was, for your first Dragon Age, depending on what your race was and what your occupation was, will determine how you start. And that's kind of how Cyberpunk 2077 is looking like. So you actually get to choose, which is really cool. You create your own person. You can, and this is TMI, but you actually can even control how, like if you're male, you can choose how big your junk is. I'm assuming for the females.
I heard that.
Yeah,
I heard that when they were originally talking about it. It was one of the controversial things.
Yeah,
it was the very first thing that they talked about when they were starting to do the launch. It's like before they even had any gameplays or anything. One of the biggest controversy things I read about when it was starting off with was the fact that they were being very open about it. So in other words, everything about the body was true to itself. Like, in other words, you were seeing everything. And the reason they did that, they said, is because it's not the true human body in a way, because there's aspects of it that have been fully modified, and they're playing with that concept of, where do you get from, like, the true body to a modified body, and then it's like, what is then to be, hidden and not hidden, from the world. So they're going for a full, completely open aspect where you can just really, control everything about your character. As, Malachi said, down from the junk in your trunk, so.
Yep.
And it was definitely very interesting.
I'm very confident too that the females, their bust is going to be the same way, and their chest is going to be the same way. You know what I mean?
If they do it for the guys, they're going to do it for the girls.
Right.
Yeah, they're doing it for the girls.
Right.
They did it for everybody. I seen that
say-
actually. It was actually on my Facebook page. Or something that showed up from IGN or something. They were talking about that. They say you can customize everything.
Right.
Yeah.
What were you about to say, Abyss?
No, I was already originally saying that it was if they did it for the guys, they did it for the girls. Because normally in most RPGs and other stuff now, when you customize a female, you can already do the body parts.
Right. Yeah.
So now, so at least Cyberpunk is making it more spread and general, which I actually think is pretty cool.
And
I just wish that if they did that.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say is like if they do that, I hope that they put the effects in there of like if you've got that big of a junk in your trunk down there, it's got to be hard for you to walk around or run. Like they got to put a mobile penalty in there.
Blessing didn't mention that. Blessing did not mention that, so I don't know.
It make your character waddle the whole game.
I'm just like, because I'm tired of sometimes getting online and seeing these people with these over-exaggerated characters. I'm just like, that doesn't work in real life. It does not work.
And that's actually something I do want to check out. So Alana Pierce from Funhouse had actually demoed it as well. I don't know if she demoed it with Blessing or not, but she did actually demo it as well. I haven't actually gotten her critique on it. But Blessing did not mention if it was going to affect the way that they walk, the way that they run, fight, whatever the case is. And it's going to be like, I'm just kind of curious of what, if you're going to have that much customization in your character, I wonder how much choice there's going to be on a plotline basis. And also
it's going to be a lot of choice.
Yeah, and
there's going to be a lot of choice.
But I'm also curious though, is that as far as customization as well, are they going to, now again, they showed off the PlayStation 5 camera. Are they going to allow it to where you can like kind of take a picture of yourself if you want to immerse yourself inside the game? You know what I mean? I'm kind of curious about that as well. I think that would be kind of cool.
I can tell you most of the kids that get that, most of the kids that probably get that game will immerse themselves in the game.
They probably will. They probably will.
Well, I mean, they're probably going to have like the base layer, like because I mean, definitely nowadays with the character creation games, this is probably going way off topic, but like you've got the capability of almost like making yourself into the worlds nowadays. Yeah. Like they've given so many like options for people to do that now. To where with this one, wouldn't surprise me if you could take a picture of yourself as a base layer and then you touch up on it to however you think yourself should be or which wants yourself to be inside this world. And I definitely agree with Aces and Abyss on it. Is like that definitely is probably would play into a lot of the aspects of the story that they've got written. Because from what I've been hearing, at least from base rumors, that it's massive. Like there's so many choices in the world. Like it's almost full free range, but with story in it. So I'm really excited to see what they do with the game. I'm just still kind of ticked that they keep pushing it back.
Yeah.
But like I said before, it's basically that is CD Projekt in a nutshell. They usually won't go fast on a game. They usually take their time. They go slow upon launching, but when it launches, it's real good. I mean, even if you look at The Witcher 3, it took God knows how long. But how many years did it take for that game to come out?
Oh, it took years.
Yeah, it took a long time.
I know because my roommate in college played Witcher 1 and Witcher 2, and then he was so annoyed about Witcher 3 not coming out. And then it's like, finally came out after we got out of college. It's like, oh, hey, I wonder if we bought that.
But real quick.
We went to the E3 2 years ago, Cam or Malachi, and it was pretty much that was where they just did the base review of Cyberpunk 2077. So they just announced that I'm pretty sure they've been working on it for 4 years. So I'm pretty sure it's been about 6 years they've been working on it and still going.
Probably longer. That's a highly anticipated game for years now. So I'm maybe even longer, to be honest with you.
Oh my God, it's been in development. I can't remember. It's been in development. I would probably say longer than the New Mutants has.
I would agree. I would agree with Aces on that.
Yeah, I will say too as well. This will be the last topic for Cyberpunk 2077. I'm wondering. By the way, they should just call it Cyberpunk 2020. Anyway, I'm wondering.
No, because it's not gonna come out to 77.
Probably not. Give us hope. So I'm
once it
wondering
hits 2077, there's your hope.
I'm wondering if they when it launches for Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, how intuitive is it going to be with the PlayStation Sense controller and the 3D around sound, like surround sound. I mean, because right now that's kind of the only.
Surround sound's been in for years.
Well, but again, now they're bringing 3D. It's been around, but now they're bringing it to the console even more than ever, and promoting it pretty heavy as an actual peripheral. So I'm wondering, because you haven't really heard too much. You haven't really heard too much about as far as like the Xbox controller. You see what it looks like, but you haven't really saw too much of what it can do. And same thing for if they have anything for a headset. I'm pretty sure they're going to bring something. And it's probably going to be something spectacular. But I'm curious, now that we know about the PlayStation Sense controller, the DualSense, and that we know about the 3D audio that they're going to have in a lot of these PlayStation exclusive games, and even these big games like Cyberpunk 2077, I'm wondering how much of a difference that's going to be from PS4 to PS5.
I mean, big difference. Like,
should be significant. The way tech has really moved forward lately, it should be a very significant upgrade. Trust me, when I use my PlayStation compared to the PC, there's a significant difference. The PlayStation 5 should be a significant jump. Xbox themselves said it's going to be probably, think about, what was it, 100 times better than the Xbox at least?
Mm-hmm.
I'm expecting the PlayStation 5 to virtually probably double at least the PlayStation 4 performance. It should be able to at least hit 1080 60, around 1440p 60 with no problem. Somewhere in the 4K range, I'm saying.
I agree with Aces, but I also think it also depends on the gamer too.
Yeah.
Like everybody's different, so everybody's gonna. Like I know some guys who hate certain controllers or hate how certain things interact and all that stuff between the different systems. It all depends on the gamer, really.
Mm-hmm. And developer as well.
Well, yeah.
And that's the reason why I kind of mentioned like first party and even some of these major third parties, because we already know not every game is going to take advantage of that. Same thing, just like for the Unreal Engine 5, what they're showing off with that. Not every game is going to look as beautiful as that was. That, you know what I mean? Like you have games like Bug Snacks that exist. Bug Snacks of all games. You know what I mean? Anyway, we're not going to talk about that. What we are going to talk about is Watch Dogs Legion. Speaking of customization and choice, this one looks actually very interesting. I loved Watch Dogs 1. There's a lot of pushback on that one. I actually did like that. I thought the story was really good. I can
get into Watch Dogs 1.
I can see it being repetitive. I can see that being the issue. But ultimately, the plot line itself was great. Watch Dogs 2, the mechanics, the gameplay was great. The plot was very lacking. And in a game like Watch Dogs, the plot can't be lacking. It can't be. And that's exactly what Watch Dogs 2 was for me. So when they had announced Watch Dogs Legion, I think it was last year is the first time they announced it. When they announced the Watch Dogs Legion coming out for later on, I was very hesitant. I was very like, I don't know. But then when I saw it, and it's you can literally make a squad out of any one of those NPCs, and on top of that, they each have a backstory. So it's definitely not going to be a competitor for 2077, but it looks like they may have taken something from that playbook to where it's very, very, very choice based, and there's going to be a lot of interaction and NPC knowledge there as well. Go ahead, Aces.
The problem is it's Ubisoft. Now let's just say they have a dubious track record. Mm-hmm. With some of their games, because you remember Assassin's Creed Unity, right? When that first launched,
I honestly didn't mind Assassin's Creed Unity. I mean,
you didn't see the glitches on Assassin's Creed.
No. Glitches. You guys, glitches. You're right. You're good on that one because I own it. And I played it.
It's a meme now. The glitches were so bad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I actually waited to buy it because I wanted all the glitches to go away because I heard they were really bad. Mm-hmm. So I waited to buy it until they actually got better.
Yeah. And that's actually the same for me. I waited until that, but I did still see some glitches even after me buying it later down the road. That was one of the games. I'm not huge into Assassin's Creed. I like them, but I'm not like huge into it. Valhalla's a whole different monster though. But I will say for Unity though, you guys already know I'm all about the gameplay. I'm all about the co-op. I'm all about the teaming up, going on all these excursions with my buddies. That's what spoke with me. But then, like, to find out when I got it that the Unity portion is separate than the actual plot, it kind of toyed with me a little bit. But again, I still thought it was a pretty fun game. It's not a 10 out of 10. It's not an 8 out of 10. It's probably like a 6.5, 7. But it's still pretty fun. But yeah, but Legion looks good. Legion looks good.
I don't know too much about the Watch Dogs series. I didn't really get into it too much. I honestly wanted to get in the first one, but then I just never got it.
I'll let you borrow it.
I do want to go.
I'll let you borrow it. Yeah.
All right.
And I got the second one too.
Oh, there you go.
Legions?
Not yet.
But honestly, if Watch Dogs can actually nail like I don't know if they're gonna have character creation, but they can nail almost the team playing. I think it would help bolster the Watch Dog back up to its reputation back up to what it was after the first. Because from what I heard from a lot of people who I know played it, second one, like for you, Malachi, the storyline just kind of ruined it for them.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't consistent. It kind of lowered the rep a little bit. But so if they can nail the co-op play and other stuff in Legion, I think it would do good for the series and they could be able to keep it going.
The thing with the multiplayer on Watch Dogs 1 and 2, that was actually good. It was just the story. Again, I think a lot of people were off put on the first one because a lot of those missions felt repetitive. Second one, they were more open. They were more different. It's just the plot was just kind of lacking. But the multiplayer on both of them was actually really good. And you can't really customize your person, but you can customize what they wear on both of them. This one,
okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if you actually created an actual person like you can in Cyberpunk 2077. I think you are able to do that now. The first two have nothing to do with each other. You could play the first one without playing the second one, or a second one without playing the first one. You could do that, and it looks like that's what they're doing for this one too as well. I'm just kind of curious of how, like, I haven't seen an actual main character yet, which is kind of uplifting because now it's just like, okay, customization, is that now entering inside there now?
So just because I don't know the storyline for him, I know in the first one I think you had a main character. In the second one, you didn't have a main character.
No, you had a main character in the second one as well. It's just it was someone entirely different, and he had no relation to the person in the first one.
So are you hoping for? Are you trying to hope for a more relation-based sort of thing there? Or
no, third one. They've already separated the relationship in the second one. So the third one would need to be a separate relationship than the other two. It has to be a whole new person. You know what I mean? So, and if that whole new person is someone that you can create, perfect. That's how it is in my book.
Okay. I was just trying to clarify because I was a little confused on that.
Right. The next topic that we're going to be talking about, and this is, I'm gonna say my comment for after you guys comment. Can Stadia survive?
No.
That's the question.
No.
What?
I don't even know why they started it.
Yeah.
This
I agree with
Stadia you
Mildwy.
speak of, what is that?
So what is it? What Stadia? Is it pronounced Stadia?
Yeah, I agree with Mildwy. It should never have even come out.
I don't.
I don't
Sounds
like it.
Someone tried to put Steam inside of a box and say, "Look, it works." I'm like, "No, it doesn't."
That's literally what it is. It's basically Steam, but it seems like it's for free. It's like
when I heard about it, I thought I knew it was about dead on arrival, but I didn't think it was going to die that fast.
Well, yeah. Well, one of the go ahead, Aces.
Google has like a ridiculous amount of money to their name. I mean, I can't even think of a company that will probably be able to release a new console that probably be able to compete other than Google, except they launched that. And, well, it happened. They'll just probably write it off, and somebody will throw the whole book in the trash and set it on fire, and probably hope nobody tries to bring it up or something.
Well, here's one of the things. I'm glad you mentioned that too. Actually, I'm very glad you mentioned that because here's one of the things. This just goes to show you that running a video game company and making video games is not easy. It's not just about money. You know what I mean? Sony's been at this for a while. Nintendo's been at this for a while. Xbox has been at this for a while. Even Sega's been at it, and they're not even really around anymore.
They're pretty powerful, actually.
Not for a console. Not for a console.
They don't have to be.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like it's not easy.
Company,
it is not. It is not easy. And so you can't just have money and just be like, all right, we're going to start this. And I'm not saying that's impossible for them to come into the scene. I'm just saying you can't just come with it with the mentality that, oh, we got money, let's go ahead and do this. Like, it's more than just that. You have to have a following. You have to have creative developers. You have to actually be able to understand what us gamers are wanting and looking for. So
I have no comment on any of that.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely, you definitely made a good point there. Sega's still in the business, but they did have their own system, the Sega Dreamcast. But like this was when I was like, almost 10 years old. And yeah,
that was the best. That was the best system they had. That was better than
Saturn.
And then,
yeah, Saturn. That was it.
Yeah, and then they ended. And like I remember, I was going to Walmart to buy the next console I wanted to buy, which was I was really interested in the Sega. And then the guy was like, "You don't want to do this," and we were like, "Why not?" And of course, our mom at the time, she was like, "Why? Like you're trying to say my kid shouldn't buy this?" He goes, "No, I'm just trying to help you save money because they're actually going out of business for the console. They're not going to be relaunching anything really for it. So you'd probably be better off buying the the PS1 at the time, and the games they launch will launch on that." And we're like, "Okay, understood."
I remember that.
Yep. So I kind of feel like Stadia's going the same way, and this fact is like they tried to come in. I don't think the console system's for them. Their games kind of look interesting, so if anything, I can probably see them going indie and launching on, possibly with Microsoft on the Xbox station, on the Xbox store, or in the Microsoft store for something, or even maybe doing a Google Play Store finally on PlayStation, Xbox.
They probably
Nintendo.
go the same route that basically Apple's doing, where Apple has Apple Arcade. They'll probably go down there. I'm seeing. I think Google's going to just hit down that route because I pretty much know that the Stadia is dead. Everybody knows that. It's just basically. It's just a dead horse. It's just limping there on the floor.
I think one of those big things too, as well, that kind of hurts. I think
Red Dead it there. He says Red Dead. Gotta put it down.
I think one of those big things too, as well, that was like that final nail in the coffin was literally like that Gods and Monsters leak. That's a big game that people were anticipating, and that leaked like a couple months ago, and it was like. It was up for a little bit. It was a full-fledged demo leak that people were able to access. That's not a good start. They just can't. Stadia just can't catch a break.
I think the biggest problem was actually the diskless system.
No,
Plus,
I don't think so.
Always all online. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a big error because with the PlayStation, you can still have a hard copy, and you can still play it when you're not connected. But Stadia, if you lose internet or you lose anything at all, you can't do anything. You're just stuck there with
okay. So that's the portion you're talking about. So they took I was about to mention that Xbox One, when they had announced that initially, that is one of the things that hurt Xbox. I don't think going all digital is bad, but depending on what you do with all digital will depict if it's going to be a good selling point or not.
That's why they're still doing the two consoles on the PlayStation 5.
Yeah. Well, even so, the digital version on the PlayStation 5, at least as far as we know, is not going to require you to have a 24-hour access, just like the Xbox One did.
What it sounds like on the PlayStation 5 is when you download it, you'll have access to online content with it and everything. But let's say you lose internet connection, you can still play like the offline stuff on the same stuff.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
It's kind of like, with PC gaming with Steam, Epic, and all that. You set up an off site, so in other words, your account's set up. The system is able to hold, up to almost like, I've already forgotten the amount in there. I think it was like 800 gigabytes or something on the base system. So, all it is you're just downloading the copy onto the system, and then you just, like Abyss said, you just run in an offline mode to where you can still get all your content that you've downloaded in. Now, if you're offline, you can't go back online and say, re-download the new DLC or something. But you can still play until you get connected back in. So that's the good thing about PCs, and especially with the PS5 that I like, is that, like, oh, you don't have internet? Well, that's fine. Still play your games.
It's not
even if it's digital. And then, once you get back online, you can get the extra stuff or updates or whatever. But I also like, with what Ace has said, they have the capability of either you getting the disc system. So for those of us who still love our discs and digital copies, we have that capability, or for those who just pure want to just go digital, they've got that version for you too now, to where you can just go digital but still have your games and be able to play it. The Stadia, I don't think had any of that options. I never looked into. I saw one commercial for it, and I'm like, click to the next channel, thank you.
Same.
So
yeah, pretty much.
Honestly, from what I've been able to understand from Stadia, it's almost like Steam Online, but they don't have that same ability to allow you to play the games if you lose the internet.
Yeah.
So, like you said with Steam, I believe you're right. It is a 800 gigabytes that you can download for it that you can play offline. So even if you don't
PlayStation.
yeah, my bad. Yeah, PlayStation. Sorry, a little tired. But Stadia doesn't have that option. Their full online game system is kind of what's killing it, sort of like what happened with the original Xbox. You don't have the ability to do, oh, I lost internet, or I don't have internet. I can't do nothing. I got a controller.
Who remembers the infamous Error 37?
Yeah.
That could happen too.
Yeah, that could happen too.
For those that don't know, when Diablo 3 came out, it had to have an always online connection. This caused the infamous, because everybody flooded the servers, it caused an Error 37 to where the servers went off. They crashed. And so for days, nobody could play Diablo 3.
Oh, man.
And
Yeah,
people were going off.
It wasn't like a normal crash. It literally like killed the servers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't just like, all right, someone booted. They walked in, they're like, get the fire extinguisher! Because they fried. And we're not talking like one or two. You're talking banks. Like, they walked in, like, walked out, got the hot dog skewers and hot dogs, walked back in and just roasted it because they're like, there's nothing we can do.
Yeah, pretty much.
In that situation, I kind of feel like everybody who was there, they kind of have like that mentality of, oh look, everything's burning. Oh well, we're fine.
Someone get on Newegg and order the replacement parts. Dang it!
Yeah, pretty much.
Speaking of parts,
this time new, not used.
Speaking of parts, we're gonna talk about parts of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. All right, like that little skate, yeah, little segue. All right. So Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 is going to be actually coming this September. I think it's September 7th. Let me double check that. 4th. Yeah, September 4th.
Yeah, 4th.
And in August, if you had the game pre-ordered, you could actually get the beta access. And have access to the warehouse level, which is from the Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I'm pretty sure Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1. One of the things I'm very excited for is this game was this was one of those games that was huge for me before I actually become like a gamer. Like this was one of those like you play with your friends on Tekken, you challenge them in tag on, which I hope they bring back on Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1.
Amen.
Yeah, tag was one of those games. Like also the ones where I can't remember what it's called, but you go up the ramp and as long as you landed your trick and got more points, then it turned your certain color. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah, like I'm really, really excited for that. But what I'm more excited for is that they're bringing back all 13 skaters. They're going to be aged, but they're still going to be mobile and agile and everything like that. And they're going to be bringing in 8 new skaters, 8 big skaters, including I believe is actually Tony Hawk's son. So very, very, very exciting stuff there. Really can't wait to see what they're going to do, and we are going to be talking about another special content that may be coming to Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. But before I go and do that, real fast, Aces, what were you about to say?
The one thing I'm hoping that they bring back for Tony Hawk Pro Skater is the soundtrack.
Yeah, they
Tony
are.
Hawk Pro Skater.
They confirmed that they are.
Soundtrack.
Yeah, they confirmed that they are bringing the original soundtracks.
That Superman song.
Yep.
Yeah. That's right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did go ahead and confirm again that they're bringing original soundtracks, and I would highly recommend for you guys, for anyone that has been, because I think it's Blue Point that's remaking that. I could be wrong, but I think it's
the original one was made by Goldfinger.
No, I'm talking about the developers for the game. I'm pretty.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you go ahead and take a look at the latest the latest video reveal of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, if you see that they actually, Tony Hawk and I believe a creator from Blue Point were talking about that, and they did mention that they are going to be bringing back the original soundtrack, which is definitely really, really cool.
So, because I've only read a little bit into it, are they bringing back the original maps, or are they updated? Sweet.
Yes, yeah. They're gonna. I'm pretty sure the school level's coming back. They're going to be bringing in so much bonus content. It's unreal, and that kind of segues into my next thing: special characters. Back in the day, you were able to get unlock special character Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I'm wondering now if they're going to actually replace that with Crash Bandicoot. If you can get that, if they're going to replace that with, as someone else inside this chat had mentioned, Spider-Man Miles Morales. Is that going to be a thing? You know what I mean? Are they going to be able? I mean, because I think Sony still owns the rights to Spider-Man initially.
Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man currently.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of curious if they're going to insert that inside the game. What's that going to look like? So I'm very, very, very excited to see if they're even going to have special characters, and if so, I'm putting my money on Spider-Man Miles Morales. Now, first was going to be Crash Bandicoot, but I think it was you, Abyss, that had mentioned Miles Morales. I think that's going to be the move. I think that's going to be it. What is your prediction there, Abyss?
Honestly, I think they might go with the Spider-Man Morales one. Honestly, you could honestly go with all of them. I think that'd be a cool one to do too, just like throughout the years. Mm-hmm. But I think the new Spider-Man will definitely be the way to go.
All right. What about you, Mildewy?
And I'm more excited for the biggest thing I'm excited for Tony Hawk Pro Skater is definitely going to be the online multiplayer capabilities.
Yes.
I know they said it's going to be on lockdown first off, but then you'll be able to go online, challenge them to tricks and stuff. I mean, I'll go through story mode just to unlock certain aspects or whatever they give you in there. But my biggest thing, my fun of it was challenging Abyss up there to pretty much just like we just do the trial challenges. You see who got the best run and all. Like even on the old system, even when it's just passing off and say, all right, now it's your turn. We would still do it, and it was still a lot of fun. Just like or just sitting there and just just watching everything and trying to get the best thing out of it until you. So there's nothing like going up in the air like I've got this, and then just down the ground skidding on your face. Nothing better than that, and playing with people who are just in the background going oh.
So
I schoolyard, the map got a lot of use. We had a lot of fun on that map.
That and warehouse. Was the biggest one we abused the most out of, but the schoolyard was
with that helicopter in there. Oh gosh, we abused that.
That's probably one of the most iconic maps in skating history. Period. And also, speaking of skating, they did actually announce Skate 4 is going to be officially coming.
No,
I never got into the skate series.
Now that will be next week's ALWT Things Gaming. So all Things Gaming next Monday, because we do have a few other topics to touch base on. But real fast before we go on over to Aces, what if you had a special character that to come inside Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2? Who do you think that PlayStation character is going to be, Mildewy?
Wait, you said PlayStation character? Like just any character?
I mean, typically they always try to go for PlayStation. Like I said, Crash Bandicoot, Spider-Man, Miles Morales.
It's going to be launching on. I'll probably, if it was a PlayStation character, I might go with Nathan Drake.
Yeah, okay, I'd agree with him on that.
Nathan Drake. I could probably see maybe Laura Croft. I could definitely see the original saying, bringing in, maybe both Peter Parker and Miles Morales. Maybe be doing like a little Smash Bros. Combo. You get Peter Parker, level up, and next thing you know. Yo, Pete, can you beat me? You got to hit Peter versus Miles, just trying to unlock the character, So, I mean, they got so much freedom to do with it. I mean, there's a bunch of characters I'd like to see, but I'm going to leave it as, one of those happy coincidences of coming across going like, oh.
Yeah, I was just looking up.
So,
it sounds like Carrot wants a surprise.
I was surprised to see they had something. I forgot they had Darth Maul in it.
Yeah, they did. I have a feeling though that in my predictions, what I was gonna have, other than Spider-Man and Crash Bandicoot, I feel like the most likely one, and the reason why I say this is because they brought it again at this PlayStation event. But I think the other one that it may be more likely be is Sackboy from Little Big Planet. I have a feeling they're gonna bring back Sackboy and have him inside Tony Hawk Pro Skater. So. Just because again,
if they did it, I'd be interested to see how they did it.
I think he would be one of them, but I don't think he'll be the first one. I think he might be one maybe later on, like probably part like an unlockable one. Mm-hmm. But I don't think he would be the first one.
Gotcha. Okay.
Makes you wonder if they're going to do any event characters, like they have been doing recently, saying, all right, participate in these events and just get a character real quick.
They may.
That might be one of them.
Going on to the next topic, and this is just going to be a real brief one. They have confirmed it that Marvel's Avenger at the end of the year will be a free upgrade to PlayStation 5. So still no content as far as what PlayStation 5 is going to do as far as their forwards compatibility system. Plus, Xbox Series X has the smart delivery. They've confirmed that. It sounds like most, if not all, their games are going to be able to be upgraded to the Xbox Series X if you buy yourself on the Xbox One version or any of the earlier versions. But PlayStation still has not confirmed that. However, this particular game will allow you to have forwards compatibility with the Xbox with the PS5. So that's definitely some good news for anyone that's planning on getting Marvel's Avengers. I would like to see a little bit more from that. Marvel's Avengers, to me, honestly, has not been impressing me the way that I wanted it to.
The only superhero game that's ever impressed me is Spider-Man.
Yeah. I did like Ultimate Alliance.
To that.
I did like Ultimate Alliance, and that's how the Marvel Avengers kind of feels to me. But at the same time, they feel a little odd. They feel a little odd right now, and they have to come with it. And
actually, a Wolverine game that came out a long time ago that wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I know. That was a great one. I know what you're talking about. That was a great one.
The only real superhero games that I like would be the Spider-Man one that came out recently. That one was really good. The only other one I really like would be the X-Men Legends from the GameCube. For some odd reason, those are the only ones that I really like.
That was a good one. That was good.
Any of the others just seem really, really weird and feel really different. With Legends, it gives you the overhead view, and it actually is really cool to be able to switch between all the different characters.
Mm-hmm. What about X-Men on an arcade that came out on the console?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, God.
So real quick, we're actually almost out of time. So there's a few other segments that we're actually going to save for next week. But some points I definitely wanted to touch base on is that starting this week, we're going to be doing ALWT cast highlights. All right, and what that's going to be is once a week on our off streaming days, so on Wednesdays and Sundays, we're actually going to be taking content and of a single player game or multiplayer game of the ALWT cast members' choice, and we're going to be highlighting that on our channel. Of course, you guys can see their reaction, be able to leave comments, likes, shares, all that good stuff down below. This week, we are going to be featuring MildwyCarrot. So definitely make sure that you guys are checking. Yep, we're talking to you.
Yep, you. You with the hat and the brown beard.
So make sure you guys are definitely checking it out there. You guys can see his previous stream from this past Sunday on Twitch TV. So that'll be twitch.tv/ALWT Gaming. Make sure you guys are checking that, showing him some love. We're going to see some more Spider-Man content from him. He is playing Spider-Man, preparing for Spider-Man Miles Morales at the end of the year. So very, very good stuff. Yes, we are all excited for that game. But right now, you guys are going on that journey with MildwyCarrot. All right. And then also, right now...
3 hours later.
So right now, what we're also going to be doing is talking about the Army of Two content. So last week... Actually, you know what? We're just going to show you real fast. This is going to be Mercenary Kings with me, Abs, Gravity, and Bleeding Aces. Check us out.
Hot stuff.
Now I'm back.
Oh, that hurt. Oh!
Ow! What is this riot shield for?
He's almost the right one.
You are Operation Decoy.
Yep. Let's see what's down here. Wait. Yep. Now you should be able to tackle him.
Oh, jeez!
Applesauce.
Okay, what is expecting to respond that fast?
Oh, jeez, I have like half of one hit left.
Do you have any medicine?
I can't. Okay.
I died. Hey, can you guys get me?
Yeah, I was about to say we'll have to. I'm against a boss or something. There we go.
Oh no!
So right now, all right, Army of Two, Mercenary Kings. This is my first time playing it. As you guys can see, we had some pretty bad difficulty trying to revive people, Aces. What are your thoughts about what you experienced so far on Mercenary Kings? What's your thoughts so far?
It's a learning process. Let's just put it like that.
Yeah, definitely a learning curve.
Watching your team members die on the floor wasn't exactly fun.
So Just because I don't know, the University of Kings that just came out, is it up? Is it been remastered from the original, or is it still the same original?
I have a
Because the
feeling they
original,
remastered it.
the original one teaches you how to revive people in the tutorial.
Oh no, they just throw it.
Yeah, they didn't show you on this one. Yeah, it just threw you straight in. Yeah, so this
they just threw you straight in and said you'll learn.
Yeah, this has to be a revive. Yeah. This is real life. You're gonna learn this today. Like, it was pretty crazy. But yeah, so I mean, like, I definitely like it's a side scroller, 4-player co-op, mission based. I have a feeling that we'll probably beat it within the next couple weeks, to be honest with you. Just because we're not playing it every day, we're playing it on Tuesdays, which again, you guys can catch us on our channel when we do the Army of 2 content. I enjoy it, but it did take a while to learn how to actually play it properly. It definitely has the Mario feel to it. Any old school side scroller, probably I would say at most we'll probably spend about 20 hours of gameplay beating it. On to the next one, maybe even less than that. Might be a 10-hour game. I'm not sure, but only time will tell. We got past our first mission, which it took us a little longer than expected to get through that one. It's a little embarrassing to say, but you guys can go back to the stream and watch that, see how long it took us to finally get past that first mission. But I mean, ultimately I had fun with the Gravity and Abs, and we're going to be streaming it again tomorrow, so feel free to definitely check us out on that. And then lastly, the moment you guys have been waiting for. So last year, we had a stand-in logo, which you guys had saw for At Least We Tried Gaming, and we're proud to say we have a new logo. This is what that logo looks like. Okay, cool. So that's it. And also, here's a little surprise too as well. For anybody that is supporting our channel, we have a Patreon account, as you guys already know. Merchandise will be available later, but effective immediately for our Patreon members that are at the Patreon ALWT Friends or Fam level, you guys will actually have early access to that merchandise, whether you want a shirt or whether you want a hoodie. My hoodie's actually on its way to me, so I'm very excited, and I'm very, very, very excited to show you guys what that looks like and how it feels. But I am very, very excited to be sharing that information with you guys. The logo, to me, I love it. I think it looks dope, and I hope you guys like it too as well. And of course, if you guys want to be part of the ALWT fam, go to our patreon.com and just sign up there. If you can't, no hard feelings. Definitely feel free to follow us on Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, email, whatever you guys like best. Definitely follow us out there on that. And yeah, so any last words real fast, Aces?
Okay, I got two things real quick.
Go for it.
First, real quick, it looks like PlayStation 4 has discounted 250 games in the latest PSN sale. It looks like it was just launched at 2 o'clock today, so it just started.
Oh, hey.
70% off.
Well, there goes my last
Take my money! Take it!
Yeah, deal of the week, games under mid-year. Yeah, wow.
I feel like I need to have that meme of Patrick the Star going, I got $3.
Yeah.
Show up like right there.
And I got one more thing real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
I guess Square Enix was supposed to show off new games in July during the E3 convention. They might be revealing them next month in July and August.
Yep, they're doing that. Yeah, but they are doing it in like 2 days. I mean, not literally 2 days, but July all the way through August, as Aces had mentioned, they're going to be showing off a series of games that they're going to do. I hope we see more Project Athia. I hope we see more of that game. That game looked cute.
Parasite Eve.
All right, Mildewy, any closing statements?
Not much. Just maybe check out the next Army 2. You might see some darkness coming from MildwyCarrot and the Abyss. So stay tuned for possible more.
Bars. There we go.
Yep.
All right, Abyss.
Nah, I got none. Mildew already covered it.
There you go. All right, so I got one last thing. I got one last thing for you guys as we close out.
And the show ends.
Game Celebrity Deathmatch. I have a game that I have some for you guys. Yes.
Man.
So these games, they are against each other. They're not out yet. These games are against each other. The one that you choose will be a free download. The other that you do not choose will never exist. We have against each other Spider-Man Miles Morales versus Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Oh man, you're doing that to me?
Yes.
Oh man.
That makes us cry.
Oh dude.
They're manly tears, but I'm crying.
That breaks my soul, my gaming soul. The very little amount that I have as a ginger, you just broke it.
So because of how passionate you're showing that you are about this decision, we'll have you go last there, Abyss. We're going to start with you, Aces. What are your thoughts as far as who is surviving and who is dying?
I would have to go with Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is surviving?
Yeah.
What's your reason?
I just think that it'll probably be a better game overall. I mean, I like some of the Assassin's Creed, but I've played a little bit of Spider-Man. I do think it's a better game overall, so I'll probably take Spider-Man over Assassin's Creed. Plus, too, like I said, I'm very leery of some of Ubisoft's games, and unfortunately, it is a Ubisoft game.
Now, do keep in mind. Now, I'm not trying to have this sway your decision or whatever, but as of right now, they still haven't confirmed it. I mean, Spider-Man Miles Morales is going to be a standalone game. Yes, they did confirm that. However, it might be a First Light scenario, the infamous First Light, to where it's not a full 80-hour-ish type game. It might only be like 25 hours.
That's okay. It might be. I mean, if it's 25 hours of enjoyable content, then it's worth it.
Okay, there we go. MildwyCarrot, where are you at with the Celebrity Game Deathmatch?
I'm gonna have to go with Aces. Unfortunately, I mean, I love Assassin's Creed Odyssey. You know, Valhalla is definitely going to be up there, but in terms of just gameplay, that's nothing new. That's nothing new. It's nothing new. I wish I could save them both, but you can't. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to go with the one I think is really going to be the most hyped and most bought right out the gate is definitely probably going to be Miles Morales. I can see a lot of people just dropping dead on it. Don't get me wrong, Valhalla looks sweet and awesome, but
yeah,
it's going to take him a minute to catch up.
and for TBF Abyss, you're Sophie's choice.
You can tell from my head nod, I'm going to have to go with Valhalla. I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan. I've played it since the very beginning. I've played almost all of them. The only one I haven't been able to play, I'm really hoping to play is Syndicate. So Valhalla, I'm hoping to continue strong with the Assassin's Creed.
All right, I get you, man. I know that was Sophie's choice for you, man. So, for me, I would have to say Spider-Man Miles Morales as well. I would have to say that. Spider-Man just hits, and I didn't realize. Here's the funny thing: is that if you guys go back for all the viewers and anyone else that cares to go ahead and rewatch our PlayStation 5 reaction video on YouTube. I'm not sure if it's on Twitch anymore, but if it is, go back and watch it on Twitch. I didn't realize how much I was wanting and needing Spider-Man Miles Morales until the PlayStation 5 event happened. Like that, I get really excited for video games, but once I saw that, it gave me chills. It just gave me all the way chills. I was just like, yes, I need this game like yesterday. And I even though I'm very excited for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, it didn't give me the same effect that Miles Morales did give me. And I was just like...
See, I was the opposite. I saw Valhalla and I said, I need this now. Mm-hmm. I saw the Spider-Man Miles and I was just like, I could wait until after Valhalla.
So, yes.
Valhalla gotta come first.
So there we have it, guys. You guys saw the logo reveal. We definitely talked about a lot of stuff. If you guys have any questions, please feel free again to leave your comments down below. Give us a like. Send us an email. If you guys decide to send us an email, it's at leastwetried.gaming@gmail.com. Again, that's at leastwetried.gaming@gmail.com. And of course, any social media platform, ALWT Gaming. Unless you're checking us out on Twitter, it is at @we_lease. I don't know why we did that, but we did. So again, it's at we_lease for Twitter. All right, everything else ALWT Gaming, or you can just type out at least we try gaming and we should be able to pull up. All right, that's Instagram, Patreon, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, all that. Thank you guys again. Until next time, have a blessed one. Control Alt No complete. No one's gonna. All right, control complete. Goodbye, guys.
Complete.